Hey guys and gals, how's it going? My name is the Devil Advocate Gamer. It's a pleasure to make all of your guys' acquaintance. Now, I am going to be a little bit different than a reviewer. Instead, I'm not going to be telling you guys whether or not you guys should buy something. That decision is ultimately up to you guys, and as a lot of people are realizing, reviews are just kind of a person's point of view, and it's not necessarily something that they should really listen to. My whole job is going to be maybe presenting points or different views that a lot of people may not be thinking about. Maybe present another way to look at something other than what's being covered by the mainstream media. What I want to talk about today is actually a game that's coming out. It's called No Man's Sky. Now, a lot of people have heard about No Man's Sky, a lot of people haven't. If you haven't heard of No Man's Sky, what it is it's a procedurally generated, infinitely huge universe game that's coming out for the PS4 and the PC. Now, a lot of people are going crazy about this game, so before I get into anything, I just want to preface this and say I have the biggest fucking boner for this game right now. It's probably my most looking forward to game of a long time. This is, I'm probably looking forward to this game more than I am Star Citizen, which Star Citizen looks amazing. This game is more of a reality than Star Citizen is at this time. That being said, No Man's Sky has some things that are going on that I'm not quite seeing being really talked about in the mainstream media, and those are the things that I want to really take into account, and I kind of want to address. Now, again, I'm going to be buying this game day one. And I'm not trying to dissuade anyone. I'm not trying to say this game is going to fucking suck. No, I hope this game is fucking amazing. And before I actually get into anything like that, I just want to tell you guys that I am, again, looking forward to this game. I will be buying it on day one, lest an act of God, his noodly appendage, whatever the case may be. I will be buying this game day one. Now, let's take a kind of look as to what's going on. Now, if you go on and check No Man's Sky's release date, at least on July 29th, 2015, you won't find a release date that's actually been released. And that's the thing. No Man's Sky at this time has no affirmative release date. They just keep telling gamers soon. Now, back in E3 of this year, Sean Murray gave a 5-minute demonstration linked in the description about the game, and the game looks fucking phenomenal. Holy shit, I was taken aback by how amazing, and it was definitely my top game of E3 that I was looking forward to, much like a lot of people. And if you were watching E3, if you didn't get hyped for this game, then you've probably played a lot of Elite Dangerous, or you just fucking don't care about space, which to each their own, I guess. But if you have been watching this, then what you're kind of waiting for is the release date. Now, that's what most gamers are actually looking forward to, and what most gamers are actually most anxious about. If you go on Reddit and you take a look at the No Man's Sky subreddit, you're just taking a look at people going, I don't even really care about when the game comes out. I just want to know when the release date is. And I agree with them. I fucking agree with them. When are we going to get a release date, Sean? Huh? Hello Games? What? When is the release date? What are you going to do? Like, when is it going to come out? Rumors are now circulating that the game isn't going to come out until 2016. Second quarter 2016, fall of 2016. If Hello Games doesn't come out with a release date, gamers might just back off. I mean, look at how badly we've been burned in the past. Battlefield 4, that game still fucking hurts with how horrible that game was when it came out. We're just not into trusting developers nowadays, and unless the developers want to fix that stigma, we're toast. Now, I do want to again preface this that I love what Hello Games is doing. The game and the scope that they're doing is just, it's unimaginable. And really, them not giving a release date is kind of advantageous about this. They're not stressing about when it's due. They're not stressing about the date that's coming up. They're sitting there putting the time and effort into doing this. However, they got to realize that that's one of the biggest problems with not doing that too, is as not risky as that is, it's also a hell of a lot risky. I mean, if they keep it up, Star Citizen is looking to release their FPS modules soon, as soon as they get all the bugs worked out. If that comes out, people may just throw all the money that they've been waiting for No Man's Sky and just throw it fucking into Star Citizen. And honestly, I wouldn't blame them. Star Citizen looks fucking cool. And if Chris Roberts can deliver on all of his promises, then No Man's Sky's fucking shit out of luck. And that would suck for them, because I have so much hope and hype for this game. Just kind of the release date, when is it gonna happen? And I think that's what a lot of gamers are impatient about. And honestly, I can understand them. I want this game to come out as soon as possible. This is a game that I'm really stoked for again, and I really hope to God that it fucking comes out. Hope to his newly appendage every day, that every time that I check No Man's Sky release date, it's actually got a confirmed release date. But at this time it doesn't. And that's what's really worrying me about this game right now. Other than the next point. Is the size of No Man's Sky going to be its biggest flaw? Now, if you've taken a look at the news reports, which I'm sure most of you who are watching this video have, if you take a look at it, it promises 18 quintillion planets to explore. 18 quintillion. That's 4 zeros behind a 1-8. 4 sets of 3 zeros behind a set of 1-8. That's insane. That's so fucking massive. Like, they said that if you took one player exploring one planet for every second, it would take approximately like 34 billion years, or 3 or 4 billion years, whatever the number is. I'll include an annotation and a link to the article about the statistics and everything like that. That's insane. That's fucking massive. The human mind can't even comprehend. It's so massive I can't even fucking say words. How huge that is. The human mind can't even comprehend how fucking massive that is. Like, we're so minuscule compared to that number. And that leaves the question, what's going to be all the content? Let's take a look at a game right now. I should have some footage that's going to be playing for you right now. It's from a game called Elite Dangerous. A lot of people know what Elite Dangerous is. If you don't know, it's essentially Star Citizen without the FPS element. No news as to whether or not they are going to include a first-person shooter element. Honestly, if Star Citizen is as good as it's going to be, Elite Dangerous needs to include like an expansion, free DLC, whatever the case may be, to really get it caught up. Because if Star Citizen nails it, then goodbye Elite Dangerous. Anyways, in Elite Dangerous, if you don't know, you can go and you can be pretty much 4 things. You can be a pirate, you can be a trader, you can be a smuggler, or you can be a bounty hunter. 5, an explorer. You can go in and explore. And it gives you the entire Milky Way galaxy, which every star that we can possibly see in the Milky Way is a point that you can go to that has its own planets, it has its own government systems, it has its own space stations, and each system has its own different products, and it has a living, breathing trading system, and it looks just amazing, and you're just like, wow, there's so much stuff to do that I want to go and do it all. But at the end of the day, there really isn't. I probably have about 8 days of game time in Elite Dangerous, primarily being a bounty hunter. And my ship that I have, I think it's the Cobra, it's absolutely specced out as far as it could possibly be, to the point where I want to buy an Anaconda, which is kind of like a capital ship in the game. Anyways, if I want to keep bounty hunting, it's literally going to take me hundreds of hours, unless I just get lucky after lucky after lucky bounty that's there, that I kill by myself. Granted, I'm playing with other players in the system that I'm in, all competing for the same bounties. Hundreds of hours. There's no fucking way that I'm gonna get, like, I think it's, last time I checked, was 150 million for the ship. And at that point, there's nothing really that interests me about the game. And it's the same, unless you're a merchant that has everything just totally just plotted out, and you spend a couple hours just getting everything just going from place to place learning, you're not going to make that money. Not without putting in serious time. And what player has that serious time? What casual gamer, like most of the people that play, is going to have that time? Granted, there has been a spike of less casual games, which, to be honest, is a good thing in some ways. For a game like No Man's Sky, though, the biggest question is it going to be enough? Essentially, from what we've seen the same stuff happen that can happen that is already in Elite Dangerous. If in Elite Dangerous, you know, you can only do those things, and then you can only do those same things in No Man's Sky. The only difference being No Man's Sky, you can fly to a planet ground, you can land, and then you can have like a first-person shooter, resource gathering element. That's all well and good. That's all well and good. I I do I do not see really a longevity associated with it though. The biggest flaw that I see is there's just not enough stuff to do. Maybe the developers have something going on that they just haven't shown yet. If they do, I'm fucking stoked to see it. But at this point, the main objective being getting to the center of the universe, what if that turns into a grind fest? What if that's I spent 4 hours looking for diamonds so I can upgrade my jump drive, so I could, go warp to another planet. Only when I get to that planet, I need to hunt down platinum to upgrade my suit, so I can go and explore the next planet that I can get to, but it takes me 4 more hours to get enough platinum to get my suit. Granted, I haven't seen much of the game, I haven't played much of the game, I don't know if that's the case. However, that's a very real point to look at. Most people hate these fucking grinding games. I fucking hate grinding games. If I want to play a grinding game, I'm gonna go play fucking Diablo, and that's not a game that I want to play. Diablo isn't set in space. I want a fucking space fight. That's my shit. Whatever. So that's the biggest concern that I have with No Man's Sky at this point. The multiplayer. All right, now this one is kind of one that bugs me more than the fact that if there's lack of content. I can deal with lack of content. The multiplayer is something that kind of bugs me when developers do this in general. And it's not just Hello Games. I'll even fucking point at Bungie with that game that everyone just loves to hate, Destiny. We'll get to that in a second. Sean Murray has come out and said, I want you to think of this as a single player experience. Now, if you're playing with friends, you're not really playing with friends. Your whole sense is your friends will show up on the map and you'll be able to see where they're at, but you won't be able to play with them most likely. And Sean Murray wants you to think of this as a single player game. This is what I disagree with. I pay $60 for your game. You created the game that you wanted. That's fucking fantastic. Bravo. You have a skill that not many of us do. However, I want to play said game that I paid $60 that I worked my ass off to go and play. And you are preventing me from playing with my friends. What if my friends and I want to be a bounty hunter, right? What if my friends and I want to go and we stumble upon this pirate fleet that's attacking a government fleet, and we decide, you know what? Fuck the government fleet. Let's go fuck them up and assist the pirates. We can do that alone, not together. There's no, I can't warp to him, or we can't start off in the same place and we can take this adventure together. None of that bullshit. And that's really disappointing to me. Getting to what I was talking about with Destiny, Bungie did this. Most notable example, the loot cave. Bungie came out and said, this is not how we envision players to play this game. We are going to stop this. And they patched the fucking loot cave. I understand that from a gaming perspective, you hope that you create a game that people don't stand at a fucking spot for 8 hours shooting just random minions in the hopes of getting it. The way around that, don't fucking patch the loot cave, patch your fucking loot drops, asswipes. Newsflash, I pay $60 for your fucking game, $25 for your expansion passes. If I want to shoot at a fucking cave full of minions, I want to shoot at a fucking cave full of minions. I put 24 days total, 8 days combined with all 3 classes. This was before the Dark Below. This was before House of Wolves even came out. I was fucking addicted. And I thought, Bungie, you're fucking amazing. You're the best fucking developer ever. Activision turned their shit around. Nope. Psych. Fuck you, consumers. That's essentially what Bungie said. By a developer saying, we have a specific vision and we want you to play it like this, you are taking away the free will of gamers. If gamers want to fucking shoot at a goddamn cave for 8 hours to take a break from your non-existent storyline to go and, increase their chances, then they're gonna fucking do it. And after you patched it, people still found fucking ways around it. So people are gonna do it whether or not you want to or not. And with No Man's Sky, this is what makes me so angry about this game, is my girlfriend and I are both gamers. If we wanted to fucking explore the universe together on both of our PS4s, and we wanted to just sit there and explore everything together, we cannot. You are literally preventing us from sharing an experience. And for $60, I feel like if I want to play with friends or if I want to go off on a solo experience, I should be able to. That is my choice, not yours. Now, I can understand why you would want to do this. You would want to do it simply because you limit the chances that you run into a dick who you haven't stored or saved all your stuff in like 6 hours. Why? I don't know. If you've ever played an RPG, I guarantee you fucking forgot to save because of some goddamn stupid ass reason you think you're invincible. So you warp out of some place and some asshole guns you down almost immediately. You lose all 6 hours of that progress and you're fucked and you're fucking pissed and you want to punch that bitch in the face. You want to kick that guy in the ovaries, whatever the fucking case may be. So I can understand why Hello Games wants to limit that. But what I don't feel is that they should limit it in the sense that you cannot play with your friends. You can see where they are, but you can't meet up with them. That doesn't make fucking sense to me. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. But I feel like that's an essential part of your game that you shouldn't overlook, that you shouldn't say, well, I want you guys to play it this way, so you guys are gonna play it this way. No, I paid $60 for your game, bro. I'm gonna fucking play it how I want to play it. And if I want to play with either my friends or my girlfriends, then I will fucking kill myself and respawn over and over and over and over and over again. That way I can actually be somewhat close and we can meet up. That's what's gonna happen. And you know what? If that doesn't happen, I may just move on because you know what? There's a couple games that will enable me to do that. Star Citizen, Elite Dangerous. It doesn't make sense to me. Procedurally generated worlds. Alright, so this is one of my lesser concerns with the game. However, it's still a concern that is precedent or prevalent. Prevalent. That's the word. Wow, I'm fucking retarded. So in case you have never heard of No Man's Sky, this is your first time hearing about it, or you just don't know, what Hello Games has been doing is they have an algorithm that gives its computer a set of rules that it needs to follow whenever it creates a world and whenever it creates a new creature. And so what happens is it says, okay, so you have this set of templates that you can use to create this many creatures, and these are your templates for the worlds. Go crazy, have nuts. And so it's going and it's creating all these worlds, creating all these creatures, and that's all well and good. And what they do is they have specific limits to where it'll spot check itself to where, oh hey, this looks too familiar to this, we're going to get rid of that, create a new creature and everything like that. And to make sure that it's happening is they're sending a probe out. And what this probe is doing is it's going to each planet and it can just scan, and it can scan the world, and it can scan the environment and the animals and stuff, and just be like, hey, this is what you've got, okay. And then if any planet has any similarities or similarities that are too striking, then what it does is it sends it back to the dev with a location of the planet. Devs can go in and fix it and spot check the algorithm by hand. Problem with this, sometimes that shit doesn't always work. As everyone knows, you can have a program and it looks fucking amazing, but the programmer's code, my code doesn't work, I don't know why. My code works, I don't know why. Now, this is I'm kind of scraping the bottom of the bucket with this one, because honestly, the devs, they have, from what I've seen, creatures kind of look different, and they say that the further towards the edges of the universe you get, it'll look like creatures that have been, or creatures that were on Earth, or are, they look similar, and then as you get closer, they look more alien and everything, and the colors and everything gets more mixed up and everything, and that's all well and good, that's fantastic and everything. It's what happens when that shit doesn't work. Like, come on, guys. Like, and you have a probe out there that's going in it, and they're exploring fucking everything about this, and you're just like, man, that's awesome. That's fucking cool. Oh shit, that's broke. Send it back to the devs. That probe, that's going, and if it takes 3 to 4 billion years for every player that will ever play No Man's Sky to go to one planet every second, I can only imagine. And we're gonna get to planets before probes do, before this probe does. So unless they just want to send out one probe to every planet, which they could have, they're thinking about it. They're trying to work. Who knows? Who knows? But the biggest problem I see with this is that kind of takes away their style of it. I feel like the devs should sit there, and granted, they have all these templates and they have art designers and stuff that have designed it, and that's just fantastic, and everything is all peachy keen, and everything is all happy-go-lucky, whatever. And you know what? It may work for them, and that's cool for them. That kind of seems like, I'm going to say that it seems lazy, however, it's really not, but that's the best word that I have for it. It's just where are you? Like, I understand you have this game that we can't even, like, begin to understand how massive it is, but, and that's you guys, but where's your guys, other than that, where's your guys' originality going to come from? Like, where are we going to see it the most? Other than ships and, this end game content, what's at the center of the universe and everything. There's a lot that I want this game to have, and your guys' artistic style and artistic freedom to run rampant is something that I absolutely want to see. And I'm sure that's what everyone wants to see, is what can you do, what can you give us that is so mind-blowingly awesome that we sit there and we have just this amazing game that just is mind-blowing. And again, I'm scratching the bottom of the bucket with this one, but it is a concern that I feel like needs addressing, that I don't see enough people addressing it themselves. They kind of just say, oh, hey, this is the thing, and then they present the solution. Well, what if the solution isn't actually the solution? What if the solution you guys have what if that doesn't work? What if that doesn't work? What then? What's going to happen then? And that's one thing that I kind of just want to make aware of, as well as everything else. What would happen if that didn't work? So my job here isn't to dissuade anyone on that. It's really up to you guys, and I'm never gonna review something, or I'm never gonna say whether or not you guys should buy it or not, because that's honestly your guys' choice. That's honestly your guys' decision. If it's what you guys like, then it's what you guys like. I honestly have no say in that. The only thing that I can do is kind of maybe open your eyes up to a different perspective, which I always enjoy meaningful discussions. If you can prove me wrong, excellent, because my personal philosophy is, if you're not open to learning, then you're not helping anyone at all, ever. That's just how I view it. I'd like to thank you guys for watching this video again. If you guys did, again, if you guys want to see more, definitely let me know. I am happy to give my opinions, argue the opposing side contrary to popular belief. I will say what is amazing, and I will give reasonings as to why. And for everything that I've said, there will be sources, there will be info, everything in the links below. I also write a blog about this. Any article or any video that I post out, I will have a written blog done before I actually post it onto YouTube. So if you're a reader or you want to watch this, it's honestly up to you, and I will make that available for you guys. Let me know what you guys want to see. Anyways, I've been the Devil Advocate Gamer, and I will catch you guys later. Oh, also, just to let you guys know, at the end of every video that I do, we'll be doing kind of like a question thing, except you're not going to be asking me the questions. You're actually going to be asking Lord Cthulhu. Lord Cthulhu is right here. Let me just grab him right here. He's my little Cthulhu doll. It's right here, and he's got the little tentacles and stuff. Ask Lord Cthulhu what a question, and he will give his humble opinion, or he won't. That's up to him to decide. But as always, guys, catch you later.